Hello, YouTube world. Today we have yet another video, which involves stars and bonds, and we will be going over the Silver company and the Silver app. They're going for $76.48 a share, and they're actually up 0.04%, right, for the opening hours, and we'll get into like the closing hours now. For this particular one, you know, yeah, we got the days and everything, right? And there was the line graph that we was looking at for a long time, right? But at the same time, that was this one right here, you see? And so we went over before about like the greenest to buy, reddest to sell, and this and that, right? And those marks right there. But and we went over, the combs, right? But I mean, I was going over it, and pretty much I kind of found this right here, right? So basically, we still got the average cost dollar right here, right? Now, this is so crazy because it'll tell you when to buy, when to sell. It's shaded in, right? So, uh, this right here is still, 76.50, right? So let's go to the 5 days. What is that for next week? Because we're at Friday, so it's going to be next week. And you see, so boom, you know what I'm saying? All this still right here is the buying power. And like I said, you can hold in this area, right? But it pretty much shows you right here that this would be, good a good stock to hold on to, right? And hold just means not selling, right? And this is the silver one, so we're going to the month. Let's see. Now I said, wow, this is crazy. So, everything since we start on this side, it's left to right. We had a little buying power, but all this red, you see that? Now you really don't even have to worry about the graph or which color it is, because if you select, or the kind of indicators you want, the indicators, this right here, I really don't. I think this is more. I'm not entirely sure, but you know, we all in it to make a profit. So pretty much, when you see this right here, these are also the indicators. So you see, but we're gonna look over the shaded part. So right here, this is the selling part. Because like I said before, it's all a graph that you can read. And you read it this way. So, the buying power finna come up soon because it's green, but we're just not sure when. But it looks like somewhere in this area. So we'll go to what is this? The 3 month. We're going to the 3 month, and so still. Hey, yo, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. You guys are always the best, always amazing. Um, Always a good time to have you guys on here. So everything is cool. What about yourself? So boom, right? So with all that buying power, that little red, this is the red right here. So definitely when you see that and all the red, so you say, well, how does it go up, but yet it's not profitable? Because it's not consistently in this area. You know, it'll go up, right here, but it's not consistently through the average cost dollar line, right? It goes down still. So you still need some time for it to go up, and you will see it going up, right? So year to date, I think year to date is maybe today, right? But now, so you see that. So if you were to click this one right here, the different indicators, it just made it easier. So it made it easier because now I think this one's the repeat. So let's go to the year. So yeah, I mean, so even though it's real small, I mean, like to get all that information the same, it may take it's a lot. So they put it all over here, right? So this is uh, a year's worth of information, but they put it all in here, right? So as you can see, the shaded part, you know, there's not too much selling going on. It's buy, for the silver. So, that's great. So let's look at the 3 years, the 3 year mark. Uh, like I said, all the information, even though it's real tiny, but it's going up right here, and it continues to go up, and that's what you really want. This is the time to buy. This is when you see your profit, the dollar amount that you put in. So um, if we were to do the line, the line going, the line, it'll be the same thing. So, but with this, being the shaded part, you see. Um, so again, this is the 5 year, prediction, right? So all the information can't go all right here, right? So they made it as simple as possible. So when it do go up, this area right here, right? So when it do go up, you'll see that, boom, that if you were to get some silver or get an application or like invest in silver, an app through your phone, you know, um, this could be, something to look forward to, because everything that's going on, who knows, this and that. But let's go to the max. So, like I said before, this is that 5 year mark, the previous mark, but this is the total of it, the grand total, because we're looking at it at the max. You see? So that's the grand total as the max. A lot of green, a lot of solid area. You see that? So boom. End result is, what is this? Less than $100, no more than 80, and that's the same thing that is still going to be around the price of $76.48. But because of everybody wanting it, it has a potential of going up. But we're gonna get down. We're gonna figure this out. And we're gonna get some money in our pocket. Every penny count. Every penny count. So once you get one penny, you know what I'm saying, try to get 2 pennies. You guys are amazing. You've been the best as always. Keep on investing. Um, it's so it's I mean it's not really a trading app. Let me see, what is this. So some computers, I think some computers got, you got the search bar, and then you got this the second search bar, right? So I'm just going to the second search bar. Just like your phone, you should be able to have um a stock market section because you got the new the weather, sports, this and that, Yahoo News, and then you got this, So I just what is this? I just click on this, this whole operation, and then it just take me to it. And I mean, so yeah, yeah, dude, you know, so yeah, um, yeah, you know, so shoot, you know what I'm saying? Take your time. And these lines right here, it's all pretty much saying where it's going up and down. You know what I'm saying? So, everything is an accurate time to take your profit or to like leave it in. You'll realize that you want to get as much profit as you can, and it's not it's not really a lot, but there's only one concept. You know, don't lose your money, and have more than one things to invest in. You guys are amazing. Peace.